Alright, as evidenced by the water, it's slightly angled inward, but it does seem to be holding up pretty good. I got onions, carrots, potatoes in here. Got them from the food bank. I figured I'd take them since I do have abilities to cook right now. And I kind of like this setup. I just got this thing, this extra milk crate. Somebody had it laying around in a parking lot. I don't know where I'll be able to fit it in this car though. I really like it though. It almost seems like this sour cream is healthier than butter. I haven't had any nasty reactions that have really stood out. I've cooked to excess. It's so amazingly easy to nibble on these little carrots and potatoes, and then I use the water to finish off some oats. So I also threw noodles in here, which are pretty good. They were slightly undercooked. It was fine to me. Yeah, everything's pretty good to eat. I'm not too happy with these onions though. They're kind of rubbery. What is the deal with this stuff? I am not a fan of concentrates, and they got some kind of milk protein concentrate. What's the deal with that? So I'm throwing these apple things for the seagulls. Just watch them. They like them. All right, salmon, sour cream, and salmon seem like a good combination. Alright, so they're actually able to catch this in mid-air. Well, okay, maybe not on that one. This is a risky move. I'm trying something different since it's so windy outside. But I want to use these. I put these wires that I had to buy to break into my car to stabilize everything. And then I'm just cooking from here, and it seems okay. The heat it's not bad on the sides or the top. So this might be as stealthy as I can get for stealth cooking. I could get a little bit more stealthy by actually using a window cover for the area, and then no one could see from the passenger side in. That could be a benefit. Don't see the need for it right now, but I tend to cook the vegetables, which I got them on a slow heat right now. Probably should pick that up a little bit. When that I feel is cooked enough, potatoes, beans, and carrots, then I'm gonna. It's gonna be tricky. This one, I'm gonna wanna drain the water. So put this colander in this big bowl, drain the water, and then from the big bowl pour it back into the cooking pot, and then add the corn. So I have enough corn. I should probably look for that other grain. Actually, that's right. I wanted to add these noodles. Gotta think about that. 15 to 20 minutes, I think, with these vegetables, and they're good enough. I'll smash them all together, I think. And I think I might add just a little bit of the raw onion to them. This crab I got from the food bank, I'm going to just start boiling with it all in here. Hopefully it doesn't have any disease. Alright, so you really do cook these until they're red, because this this has definitely changed the color. Alright. I'm just going to let them, and they really curl up too, I'm surprised. Whoa, I want to let it sit in here and just let it naturally cool down. Okay, so I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast yesterday, a little bit, about some diet guru guy who's talking about just all kinds of topics, actually. And he said, they joked about how nobody can overeat potatoes. Well, I can, okay? And they joke about it because in their personal experience, they don't have that problem, but I do. I'll overeat basic foods, okay? So when it comes to the extracts, the sugar extracts, I'm much worse. So if I'm at such a risk for overeating basic foods because they taste so good, the ones that have all the added chemicals to increase my addiction, pretty much sugar extracts, cause a big problem. Right, so I found this great chart that talks about, for Chinese medicine, what to eat, what foods to eat that feed the heart and stuff. So that's why I'm eating this mushroom. It tastes good, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna follow this Chinese medicine diet rule for this my heart issue until it clears up. I think I want to look at spleen too. All right, when it comes to mashing this cabbage into like a coleslaw, all right, you really got to be careful because you get to the bottoms after like 2 hits. So you're constantly having to move around, and it's hard to just kind of use constant pressure motion. This seems like the best way to crush it is just to keep pounding on it, but you don't want to over pound it because you just get right to the bottom after like 2 hits. So it's tricky. It's very different from nuts. Alright, so it's almost 4 o'clock in the evening. I had every intention to cook eggs and potatoes that I got at the store, and I didn't. I just don't feel the appetite. I tried to anticipate being hungry for them, and it didn't work out. So I guess I'll hold off till tomorrow. But then I started munching on peanuts and these oat flakes, and they go down so easy. I don't understand. Maybe what if I had tried to really prepare them potatoes and eggs, and then just had them sit around ready to eat instead of raw? Would I have torn into them like I'm tearing into my peanuts and oats? I consumed a half pound of lamb, and I also cooked a half pound of pork right here. I didn't show any of the lamb. I didn't make any video of it. I just made comment that the taste is very strong in the lamb, and the fat parts, there's fatty parts that seem to harbor the lamb taste. The rest of it seems okay. The muscle seems okay. The unique experience in eating. Alright, what is more likely to have happened with my gut? Did I develop a weakness or a growth? I can't, it's hard to tell. When I push on it, I get relief, and it helps me fart every so often. It's weird. But when it feels tight, I push on it, and then I get relief. Is that a sign of weakness? Alright, so I was successfully able to cook some potatoes. I've kept potatoes in my car in case of this event, this rare event, and this is great because I think my digestion has been getting weaker and colder with eating like more raw foods and all that. Being able to cook is, I don't know how far gone my gut is, but hopefully it can turn around something. And I was actually at a grocery store. I had kind of a exciting display of mashed potatoes available, but then I look at the salt content, and it's like 5 servings puts me over 100% of my recommended value, and I don't want any salt. So they ruin all these potato choices and leave me to have to try to find places to cook myself. I'm thinking I should probably get rid of my pan, alright, and just get a pot, a better pot than this, because it leaks out here. I already overfilled it while I was in my car and spilled all over the place. If I had a pot, I like the problem with this pot thing is I like this design, that it caves in, alright, but this pour handle is really annoying actually. If I could have it set up more like a pot with this cave-in design, that would be more ideal. I just cooked these potatoes, and I got the sour cream. Very delicious. Not sure what it's going to do to my heart. Probably messed it up. But I seem to have good results when I have the fat with the potatoes. I just want to say that this chicken, I cooked the whole chicken and then put rice and barley in. I had inflammation last night in my knees and my legs. I'm feeling, it's like I don't have a swelling in the ankles, but I certainly am feeling inflammation, and I believe it's from that chicken. But I'm going to still continue to eat the rest. I'm going to eat the schmaltz, eat the rice, eat the potatoes. I added some curry powder. That tastes pretty good when curry is only ginger and turmeric, which I could just buy ginger and turmeric and mix them maybe in equal parts, maybe more turmeric than ginger. I'd think more turmeric than ginger, I'm not sure. I like that combination. People get too fancy with curry and add other crazy things. I need to investigate that more. Then I'm going to add this too. I like the idea of garlic with salt, so I don't consume too much salt. And garlic's kind of harsh. Seems like a good combination. You see it's sticking. It's just been so wet from all the rain lately. It's just everything. I got so much mold on things. It's terrible. Alright, what did I cook inside my car today? It looks like... Okay, I started out with the grass-fed beef and potatoes and cooked them for like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, not too hot now. Then I threw in the cauliflower, which cooled it all down, and then I let it cook. Then I added these leaves and stuff, all kinds of leaves that I got from the food bank, which cooled it down. I didn't let that cook very long. 95, 85, about 90% lean beef, and it tastes very lean. I maybe should have gotten a little more fat. But this should be pretty good. It's an okay combination. Bland, that's the perfect health diet. Okay, this is no fun. I gotta cook while it's raining. I tried to cook behind my car. It was clear about 15 minutes ago. But it's been raining for the past few days. And now it's a little hail. That's why I'm recording. Just wanted to pick up. It's not much. I guess you could call this the snowstorm for this area. Alright, 1:51 a.m. and I was woken up with a slightly racing heart. I have a magnet pack already over it to try to protect it and give some buffers, any extremes. I don't know what's going on. This is really frustrating. I don't want my heart struggling. I've been changing my diet, and something is not right. I hate to blame the milk issue. Milk has been kind of a problem. I've cut out the dehydrated milk because that seems to cause some problems with constipation, I think. Am I struggling with the calcium issue or something? I don't understand. I just can't have this elevated beating as I'm sleeping. So it's alarming, and I gotta do something to prevent this. And it's probably a nutritional thing. Maybe I'm consuming too much fat in the diet that's replacing the calcium or something. I'm not sure. I gotta figure this out. Eating sour cream like it's ice cream makes me a little nervous. I'm not sure if this is going to kill me or not. Alright, I got these lightly roasted coffee beans, and I've been chewing on them. I probably chewed about 10 or 15 of them. They're very delicious to chew on. How healthy is this? Dried apricots and cream and shredded wheat. The shredded wheat, the texture and the cream isn't great, but I really like it with the apricots and the cream. Right, so I ate almost 3 pounds of sour cream, and my stomach feels so sour. I pooped a little bit. I feel like I gotta puke. It's just so overwhelming. So I'm just gonna pace back and forth, hope for the best. Right, I'm gonna declare this mostly a success. The blue corn rice and pork chunks. I tasted it. I mean, it's good, but I'm not gonna be able to voraciously tear into it until it's cooled down. Which is fine. I'm kind of full for my potatoes. Right, so there's all kinds of creams: ice cream, whipped cream, sour cream. I'm gonna try to stick with sour cream. I think that could be the healthiest. It's got the least amount of junk in it, and it mixes quite well with a wide variety of things. I believe this would taste good with bananas even. I've eaten big tubs of yogurt, and I've never felt ill like this before. So this sour cream is really awful. So as I get close to finishing off this grapefruit, one food bank, I had this lady who asked me if I was juicing grapefruit. I'm like, no. Well, and she's like, they're for juicing. I'm like, I was thinking in my head, forget you, lady. I have no problem peeling them and chewing on them. They're just like an orange. You don't have to like juice them, whatever official capacity she's thinking that they needed to be done in. The texture of the cauliflower is really nice to chew on when it's cooked. Alright, I'm gonna try a hot pack on the area on my stomach and see if that brings any relief. Right, this round of cooking is gonna go eggs, potatoes. I gotta cut those, and then and then pull everything out, and then put the oats in, and they'll soak up all the rest of the water. Here I was gonna go to the food bank, get my weekly stippin', but I'm just too ill. You can't combine sour cream with those frozen fruits, the frozen berries. Ugh. 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 All that sour. The heat pack is warming up, and I don't know. I'm not moving anyway, and I feel about to sleep. I'm just gonna let the heat. That's concentrated issue. I mean, I know I'm feeling sick because of what I ate, and probably warming it up is gonna help, but just resting and everything. It's just an awful experience. I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies. Alright, after maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours, I think my condition is improving, and I can probably get up now. Okay, I made a mistake adding this blue corn. What I did is I added potatoes, which are covered in the blue corn, and then I added pork. There's pork in here somewhere, a little piece right there. I put rice in, and then later the blue corn, but I don't think I've given the rice enough time to cook. Let's see, 2 handfuls of rice. Alright, I've been coughing quite a bit here, and it feels like I'm actually releasing saturated fat from my lungs. It's almost like I didn't smoke anything, but it's almost like I'm a smoker in that things are coating the heart-lung barrier. I'm getting like coating there from eating all that sour cream, and it's almost as bad as smoking, because I have smoked in the past, and it's similar feeling. Right, I'm not sure if this is a very healthy choice, but I like to mix oats and peanuts together. They're really good combination, and I'll consume it with something sweet, but I'm finished with the Zane, and yeah. But it helps to prevent me from consuming too many peanuts at once. You know, I don't recall ever really trying this yet, but I think I want to do fennel and cayenne pepper, or maybe even even peppermint and cayenne pepper have a really cooling type of herb and then a really heating type of herb, and let them battle it out. Alright, I put this magnet right about there on my shoulder, and my shoulder pain is really being reduced. Alright, I find it interesting how they say saturated fat will coat the lungs. Well, I think it coats the lungs in conjunction with how much of it you consume as well. And as I was giving into my binging for the sour cream, it just kept coating and coating, because I'm feeling like I'm a smoker with this congestion. Upon discovery, I've realized now that oysters really don't taste that good by themselves. I was buying these when they're in oil and smoked. So that cottonseed oil and smoked make them taste like addictive. But in water, salted, not so good. Now I'm asking the question, what are they good with? Because they ain't so good by themselves. I want to try to finish it, but wow, I don't think I'll ever want to buy a can of these again. Trying a little experiment with these squash seeds. I'm going to see if they kind of roast on the top, because it does get extremely hot. It's kind of a heat loss. Undercook these potatoes like usual. That's fine. Try to mash them up and see how good they taste. One last little seed here. So slimy. But I think it's possible I could at least dry them, not so much roast them, I suppose. Cook some potatoes, undercook some potatoes, kind of undercook some eggs. Soft boil. Cooking some little acorn squash, get it up to boil, and then I'm going to add these oats and all of it, and just have a big oatmeal type of thing. And if there's still too much water after throwing all that, then I can fill it in with this. This could be eaten without cooking, really, hot or cold. I'm gonna make a comment. It's like 3:30 p.m. This oatmeal, it's not going down really easy. About here on my chest, it has some pain, and I don't know what the deal is. I got a really strong metal taste on my tongue. I got some weird symptoms. Okay, maybe it's because I'm changing my diet up too much or something. But it's not a welcoming feeling, especially swallowing being painful like this. It seems maybe it's because the oatmeal is warm. I might have some kind of inflammation, but I've never experienced it quite like this. It could be cancer.